everybody, Psychic Krystaline here, and I'm here for this Gemini new moon solar eclipse we're having on June 10th at 3:53 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so the Gemini eclipses always happen at new moons or full moons, and that means that the new moon or the full moon is happening kind of close to the nodes of fate. And so a lot of times eclipses bring on fated events, big change. A lot of times truth could be revealed, like unexpected things. It's kind of like a chaotic time, actually. So usually I focus my new moons on setting our intentions, but I feel like with eclipse energy, this new moon, I feel like it's more of a surrender and flow. See what's coming up for us emotionally, like eclipses bring up our anxiety and that kind of stuff. And so having it at 19 degrees of Gemini, the mutable signs are going to be feeling it the most, which includes Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. And what you could do is also look and see where you have 19 degrees in your natal chart and see where it's falling, where this eclipse is. You could do a transit on astro.com, a transit reading, or book a reading with me, and I could do that for you and look it up and see where this eclipse will be hitting your chart. And so everybody will feel an impact differently, but especially those that have mutable planets or are signs close to 19 degrees of Gemini, okay? And so next I want to get into just the Gemini energy in general, because right now we also have Mercury retrograde in Gemini, and it's very close in a conjunction with the new moon. And so Mercury is how we communicate. Gemini is the sign of communication. And so I feel like this is like Gemini's happy in its home sign. You know, it's happy, being in Mercury. But the thing is it could create a lot of confusion, because during this eclipse, we're also having, I think it's a square with Neptune. Yeah. Neptune is going to be squaring the eclipse, and Neptune kind of has this foggy, dreamy, it's not a very clear and concise energy like, communication wise. So it's kind of like right now, that energy can make us really confused and unclear about what we want to communicate. So really take the time to look over, if you're dealing with any contracts or any sort of communication, really take the time to reevaluate what you're reading, what you're hearing. Take the time to listen. Don't just always wait to see what you want to say to the next person. Kind of get into that listening mode, and really, I think we could all kind of focus on, enhancing our communication, but also kind of holding it in until we feel like it's the right time to say things in the right way, basically. And especially with the eclipse, it could be bringing up a lot of breakups. It could be sudden job changes, a lot of things that could just happen that are fated out of the blue that make us feel like we're having that tower out of control moment. Okay, and so those are two main things I wanted to focus on astrology-wise. But also, I feel like there's a good grounding effect, because right now Saturn's also trining this new moon in Mercury. Saturn is giving us structure. And so in a way, it's kind of going to help balance out that daydream energy that Neptune's kind of influencing on this new moon right now. It gives us the time for solid knowledge, time to take, all the factors into analyzing the information that we're receiving, making sure that it's right, because things can go a little haywire and be backwards, and you don't want to run into any mistakes with the communication during this time. All right, so let's see here. There's also, it's been happening on and off, and pretty close to this new moon, we're also going to be having this Uranus square Saturn. So there's going to be this conflict between our freedom and our restrictions. And I've kind of been seeing it playing out in the politics right now with censorship. Like Saturn is that restrictive, I'm going to take control of things, which in one way, in one form, could be censorship of free speech. I noticed Trump had his ban on Facebook extended for 2 years. So we're starting to see freedom of speech being compromised. And I know everybody probably has their own opinions on all of that, but I, for one, I believe in free speech. So, this is kind of concerning to me, that people's free speeches are being taken away. Also, we want to break away from the structures of all the censorship and things that have been like holding us back where we want to express ourselves. It's kind of like this teeter-totter energy between wanting to have that freedom to express ourselves, but also feeling that confinement. Okay, and so there's also one minor, well, I guess it's not minor because it has to do with Pluto and Mars. They're opposing each other at this new moon. So this could create a lot of ego conflicts, conflicts between your ego power struggles. And I would say a lot of things dealing with this eclipse are also bringing up, I've noticed patterns of self-worth. So self-worth has a lot to do with your personal power, taking back your personal power, and the conflicts between that and your ego and finding a balance for all of that. So that's another thing we can tap into on this new moon. Okay, so that's the main astrology stuff I wanted to get through. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. And next I'm going to read the Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale, who's channeled this information. You could look it up online. It's accessible, or you can even purchase his book. But his name is Elias Lonsdale, and this is what he channeled for Gemini at 19 degrees, and I feel like it's very relevant to this eclipse we're going through. So let me read it to you. I wish I could figure out technology-wise how to put it on the screen so you could actually see it while I'm reading it. Hopefully I can figure out, or if you could put in the comments, like, how do I do that? I need help. I'm kind of new on here. Anyway, okay, Gemini at 19 degrees. So strange creatures peeking out from behind the trees. Surprises, destiny shocks, stunning events present a way to evolve rapidly for the daring and the wild. Whatever you assume and prepare for, the moment is definitely and shall be different. Nothing is meant to be straightforward here. That's an eclipse energy right there. Got total chills. Oh gosh. Okay, so expect the unexpected. Well, we have that Uranus, we have the eclipse. Anyway, you must be kept on alert, prompted, beguiled, tricked, anything to help you leap off. The biggest trick is to identify unconsciously with an innocent, youthful, almost hopeless, ingenious persona, and then to magnetize a destiny that would never come to such a basic kind of person. So this way, the edge, the tension, the joke, it's all perfectly poised, stretched just far enough to trip you up every single time. So it's kind of throwing you off. Like it's hard to plan things right now. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't feel like this is the best new moon to set our intentions. Okay, so the greater self finds its way to get a little self who wants to hide in safe places, when instead there's a much larger destiny in the works, which insists upon knocking at your door, preferably a back door or a side door, to jump right in, scare the living daylights out of you, and wake you up for the next scintillating, I've never heard of that word, scintillating adventure along a vast and unlimited spectrum. So basically, we need to be open to the unexpected, and that's that's eclipse energy. Well, also, yeah, I guess Aquarius Uranus energy is as well. Okay, so astrology stuff out of the picture. Now, what I want to do is focus on pulling cards. I'm going to do the crystal bowl and call in our ancestors, Archangel Uriel, who's been coming to me to assist all of us through these videos and in my meditations. I'm just going to call in all spirit guides that are in the highest light to join us and help assist us in pulling these cards and to see what else spirit wants to provide besides astrology to help us on this new moon. So let's see. I'm going to get started here. Feel it through our whole body. I love it. Blessed be. Thank you for joining us. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the angel cards, my oldest, dearest spirit friend of the cards. So let's see what the angels have to share in, I guess, advice, knowledge for anyone watching this video and needs, you know, some insight for this solar eclipse in Gemini, 19 degrees. So let's see here. Angels, what do we need to know? Oh, shit. Oh, I swore. Sorry. Shoot. It says release. This is more validation. Earlier, I was telling you guys, this new moon is not a good time to set intentions. It's more about releasing karmic lessons, releasing things, kind of like seeing what comes up and kind of just flowing with the energy. So it's kind of validating that right now it's time to kind of let things go, release, and stay open and more that surrender mode instead of proactive action mode where like a couple new moons ago we had all those planets moving forward, things were, you know, moving quickly, but now we're having a lot of retrogrades. Saturn's retro, Mercury, Pluto. So all right, so next thing we're going to do is pull, these are becoming one of my favorites too. It's called the Secret Garden deck. So let's see what Spirit wants to tell us in regards to the Secret Garden. Some advice from Spirit, please. What do we want to know? What do we need to know, actually? Not do we want. What do we need to know is more important than what we want to know. We want the truth, Spirit. Hell yeah. Okay, so it's saying joy. And when I read the card, it's beautiful, you guys. Joy, make time for the little things today. And honestly, through the pandemic, I think a lot of us have started to realize the little things are the ones that matter. And it's in our power every day to like find joy in those little moments. You know, for me, it's going into nature, doing a lot of hiking now that it's beautiful out. Okay, so let's check also my bird spirit, the Ted Andrews bird deck. And I did do a pre-shuffle earlier, but let's just see what messages our bird spirits want to share with us. Since it's Gemini communication time, birds are an air element, so I kind of like this deck. I'm a little addicted to it, but it's really appropriate for the Gemini also. So, okay, Spirit, what? Oh boy, hawk, one of my main totems. Well, red-tailed hawk and owl have always been with me. But so hawk is a beautiful, beautiful card to pull, you guys. So it's more about like seeing the big picture. Hawks, they fly up so high that it's almost like eagle, where they're able to look at the big picture, but they also have that, from what they say, hawk guardians the day and owl guardians the night of the secret knowledge. So hawk has a lot of that psychic energy. And on the card, let me read to you what it says. Guardianship and vision is strong. So I think Spirit's validating for us to trust our visions and, you know, maybe even just kind of set that, you know, ball rolling where you're trusting your gut more. You're releasing doubts of your intuition, maybe, stuff like that. I know it definitely, for me being a professional psychic, the main thing I've learned is the more confident you are, the more accurate you're going to be. So it's all about believing what Spirit tells you, and then God will give you, you know, more gifts to be stronger, and it'll just enhance everything. You got to believe it. Okay, so we're going to get straight to the Oracle deck, the Sacred Oracle deck. And these cards, you know, I haven't been working with them as long, but I'm really loving how accurate they are, but sometimes they can be a little brutal. So I hope Spirit's kind. Let's see what we're gonna get. And I did shuffle earlier to see, but okay. So what are we pulling? Oh, I love it. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. How appropriate. Okay, so I'm going to show you the beauty of this card. Okay, and honestly, I've been here trying to help us open up these chakras with this bowl. So I feel like, you know, the angels are listening. So that's just kind of some validation. All right, everybody. So I guess this boils it all down to the Gemini new moon. Oh no, one more thing, guys. I almost forgot my crystal suggestions. We need our crystals. Okay, so Gemini, I know astrologically Geminis have a weakness in their lungs. Each astrological sign has like a system of their body that needs more support, more strengthening, and they have a weakness. It's kind of something I've been really researching for years and kind of fascinated with. But I worked with crystals a lot, and this is apophyllite. I'm going to hold it up so that you could actually see. It's so beautiful. It has like these natural pyramid formations. Yeah, see the natural pyramids? Anyways, apophyllite, I've had clients having asthma attacks, and like literally they'll take a piece of this apophyllite, hold it to their chest, and I've seen it actually stop the, asthma, not anxiety attack, but asthma attack in the lungs. So like, or even when I'm doing a crystal session and there's congestion in the lungs, and even now with like COVID, everybody has long-term damage on their lungs. What I've noticed is apophyllite can assist us in opening up those air capillaries and helping us breathe deeper. But on a spiritual realm, it helps the chakra and, all of the stuff that we've been working on here as a group. Okay, so apophyllite is definitely high on my list of our spirit assistants. So the next one I want to discuss, there's another one because I'm feeling like I'm anxious. Everyone else is anxious because there's an eclipse happening. And so one of my favorite crystals to help with anxiety is lepidolite. And so lepidolite comes in many forms, and I have this specimen here that's lepidolite mica. Let me see. It has like this mica sheen, and it comes in sheets like that. But lepidolite, what's great about it is it's a lithium-based stone, so it has a very calming, soothing effect, like almost as if you'd go into a natural hot spring and you have those natural minerals and things in the water that kind of just relax you. And so it's a very good crystal to have around to help us with anxiety. So you could wear it in a medicine pouch, sleep with it under your pillow. Lepidolite is a very soft mineral, so you can't get it wet. So you have to be real careful about, keeping it outside if you put your stones outside to cleanse and stuff like that. So I just wanted to share this other knowledge with my crystal fam. And I guess that will conclude my Gemini new moon. I hope these are helpful for you. Anything else you are curious about or want to see included in my videos, drop it in the comments. And I appreciate all your love and support. And I guess I'll see you on the next one. Have a beautiful day. Blessed be. Love you all.